Anything else?
You talked just a little bit about when that dude snoot comes up or when the bird goes put, that the game is essentially over. But fortunately for turkey hunting, that you usually still have a little bit of time if you react quick enough. What to do when the bird's coming in and he's close, and you know what I do when I see all that happening, I try to draw right away and get ready, because usually they'll get nervous and they'll walk and they'll stop a few times, and so you're not totally out of the game. But if you're going to sit and watch, let it happen, you kind of got to make it happen. So
You got to be ready for when that situation goes, and you can what you're talking about there is you can get mesmerized in the show. Then all of a sudden it's putt, wings are folded, he's just walked off.
And he goes to the left.
Yeah,
and immediately open the next window and draw. And you'd be surprised how many more opportunities that you'll get.
Well, they'll pause, and they're close, and that's the fun thing about getting them in close, because when you get a bird here to that walk away from you, you got to remember your top pin covers another 13 yards, so you can meander a little bit and get a little spooked, but if you pause, you pause. And that's the thing, you know, like the black window flaps on the blinds. People asked us for years why we did that. You have camo flaps on a blind and you drop that back window to make this rush shot, and all of a sudden you go from camo to black. Well, you've changed. You know, you're going from black to black, where from a color hue, I guess color, black isn't a color, but from that standpoint, you're really not changing the game. And don't be, I mean, you got him in here. Don't get into that, oh, he putted and he walked off. Take a look out back. I mean, but be ready.
It's good to practice the Chinese fire drill, I call it too, if you have to, because I mean, like I know Dan Nagel and I have been in lots of turkey blinds together, and a lot of people here or whatever, and like my son, we would literally set up, he'd get bored, okay, well practice, we're going to shoot out that window. Where did the chairs go? Where did your backpack go? What, you know, if you practice all that stuff, because inevitably, if you don't, your chair's going to be in the way, your backpack's going to be in the way. Something, you know, there's all kinds of things that you're fighting, I guess, all the things that Murphy's Law is really against you if you don't practice at all.
Well, that's it. You got to be just aware of things. A lot of people get into their new blind, they're in this situation, they actually work some birds in, they're hung up, and they don't even know how the windows come down. Okay, where do I do? Okay, don't panic. It's just a turkey. I mean, but you get fired up. But the thing is, of the chair here, we called it in all of our videos being poised for action. And there's swivel chairs that really ease and aid this situation, but I'm left-handed, and so if my decoys are there, I'm sitting 90 degrees right here, and this is how I will sit, and I will look over this shoulder, because I don't want to be, and I've been with a lot of people, and I'm working a bird, and I'm running the camera, and I look over, and they can't get drawn, because, well, their chair is sitting right here, and they're looking out here, because it's comfortable. Yeah. But you got to make a decision when that bird starts committing, you know, move your chair, you know, shift your buttocks on there, but get so it's right here. So all I'm doing is this, and I've just always called it, you know, poised for action. You've got to be ready so that that happens. Then the other thing is if the bird circles around, learn how you fold your chair up. I mean, I've seen people panic on trying to fold a chair. Same chair you've been using. I can't get it. You know, they want to throw it out the front window.
Good things to practice, even if a hen is coming in or something.
Yeah.
And you know, a hen comes up to the decoy and starts walking away. You know, practice that.
Dry fire on.
I guess the hardest thing for me to learn was patience. Is not going for the morning for the cup of coffee. Breakfast, as you can see, I spent a lot of morning time with you. Come back to your blind and they're standing right in front of it, you know.
Yes.
And Paul and the guys here really helped me learn that, and Mike, and patience is waiting for it. And not only that bird's coming in the first few years I started hunting, he's out there 30, 40 yards, and I'm already flinging arrows at him, you know. Let him come in.
It's at 9 to 2, and it's easy to scout for that time frame too.
It
you can
is.
drive around and find them in there. And so many people want to set up on the roost, and usually that's the only time they're there is when they're roosted, and you don't kill them right away. They're gone.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And that you haven't even got to the prime time.
You know, obviously we outfit for turkeys in Missouri, and it seems like it starts raining and people quit.
Yeah.
But honestly, the best time is when it quits raining. The sun comes out, it's crazy, and I'll tell you, we actually had, it's unbelievable when you go back to the use how many turkeys we killed during that time frame, and you remember them because they're ugly, they're wet.
They're wet.
And so we've literally, a matter of fact, last year I had it, during the youth hunt, it rained on Saturday, and I said, well, if the rain stops, you know, good, I hate it because it's always, you know, we gotta put a blow dryer on them.
Yeah.
Make them look good, and sure enough, we killed 2 turkeys, you know? And they came back, and they're like, you got the blow dryer? You know, they're laughing about it. I'm like, yeah, so we got the milk house heaters and cardboard around them, you know, trying to dry them out.
Hang them upside down, let all their feathers.
And they're just ugly. I mean, they're so beautiful when they're dry, and then they get
Yes.
wet, and they just...
You should stomp a couple of them in a cow hole.
I can,
Beautiful, real pretty turkeys.
I'm gonna try that.
But that seriously though is the rain is a godsend if it'll break. And once it does, they've got to come out and dry off. You know, they don't have wax feathers, so they hold all that water.